Hey guys, so today the Particle Lab, the Hopeness Lab, whatever you want to call it, has had some major updates. I'll be going through all of them. There are 4 major updates, so stay tuned to learn about them. Some people are having questions about them, and some people actually aren't getting them currently. So I'll explain it all, explain what's kind of the value, what's the use, and some other things like that. So stay tuned, enjoy. Okay, so let's just jump right in it. Like I said in the intro, there are 4 new abilities, or kind of upgrades, I mean, to the particle reconstructions, or the Hopeness Lab as we call it. 1, the publicity of high quality abilities. This is basically just a rating of your overall hero score in the Hopeness Lab. I'll be showing you guys that, and I'll be talking about that a little bit. A lot of people are kind of focusing on this or emphasizing it, but I'll kind of explain why it's not really relevant at all. Ability records is basically just a counter of how many abilities you've actually unlocked. There are 51 total, and so it's like if you unlock all of them, you'll have 51, right? And it'll also show you the highest level that you've received for each one of those abilities. And it's just total. So if you get 3 of them on Death Rider and 5 of them on Heaven's Redemption, you'll have 8 total. 3 is the top recommended abilities. So this is basically the hero compositions. So Death Rider with 4 things of tactical might or something, and gold, and people will rate that higher than a Death Rider with like 4 gold. I mean, with like 3 golds and a white or something like that. You know what I mean? So again, I'll be covering that as well. And then finally, we have a new VIP privilege, Reconstruction Plan B. This is for VIP 4s and above, so just 4 and 5. You have a second plan, which basically just means you can have 2 different sets of upgrades, and then you can just swipe between them. Maybe eventually we'll have more than 2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how kind of useful it is, I guess, and whether or not they want to implement it further. So let's jump right into the Particle Lab, the Hopeness Lab. Up here you can see there's these 2 new buttons, Publicity of High Quality Abilities. So again, this is the one that's kind of like rated more so, I guess, and I have no idea how these are scored. I mean, besides just showing 10,000s, but other than that, I really don't know. I guess now we've reached the 9400s. I honestly, I have no idea. I have several that are above 10,000. I don't think I have a single one on this list, so I don't really know where they're getting these from, but that's okay. Also, it should be noted that these are only between certain ranges. So you're not going to see states like 1 through whatever. Depending on the state that you're in, you're only going to see certain other states. So I guess for me, it's probably like 500s to, it seems to be 680 or something like that. I'm not really sure. This is the ability records. So this is what I was talking about of the total. There are 51, and you can see your highest unlock for each. So I have golds for all of the initial abilities. I've only ever unlocked a purple Lucky 2, or that's rather the highest skill for Lucky 2 that I've ever unlocked. Lucky 5 is blue, Toxic Erosion gold, etc., etc., etc. I have 2 of them that I've never unlocked yet. So I actually don't really know what they are. I'm sure I could figure it out, but yeah. Now, 51 is a lot of skills. I mean, it looks like there's 15. I don't know. No, it'd be 19. So I guess there are 19 main skills. Like what I mean by that is these regular skills, I guess, and then there's all the advanced abilities. So there's still a lot of advanced abilities. They said that they were kind of getting rid of the ones that were completely useless, but it's not entirely true. Like you can still get useless ones on heroes. Like you can get evasion on a hero that doesn't have evasion, or you can get the ability on Death Rider where like if he's disarmed or CC'd, then he has a chance of being immune to that. But Death Rider is already immune to all CC, so stuff like that still doesn't really work. So these are 2 of the new features. There's nothing really that important about them, in my opinion. There's these comments that I guess you can like thumbs up, and it'll appear higher on the list. I don't really know. It looks like just people have been commenting and people upvote them for whatever reason. Like if I upvote this, it'll have 1 and it'll go up here. So I have no idea what that's for. And again, the actual like goodness of these abilities are very, very, very questionable. So don't just take like the top rated ones here and be like, okay, this is what I want. Definitely not. Now, if we go into the start reconstructing, let's take our Scorpion, for example. There's now going to be another new button as well. So there's this Reconstruction ability leaderboard. Now, this is the one for that specific hero. This is, I believe, the second thing in the mail. And this is specific to that hero. Obviously, we can see that Miss Siren is not Scorpion. So there's some sort of weird bug there, but it's referring to Scorpion. Like Anna shows Anna properly. So I don't really know. But in any case, we'll go to Scorpion. And this is like a similar thing where you kind of get thumbs up, I guess. I again have no idea how your heroes get up here. Mine's 10,000. It's not even on the list. I don't know. The second rated one has greens and blues. So I don't know what to say, basically. In any case, I mean, yeah, this dude has 3 purples and a green. So I don't know. But whatever. Eventually, I guess, people will thumbs up the ones that are the best. See if you thumbs it up, it'll go higher. So, like, well, I don't know. It seems very, very weird to me, but it kind of is what it is, I guess. You can, again, comment, and maybe someone will comment and be like, these are the 4 best you can have, and then people will thumbs it up. I don't really know the point of the comment thumbs up system. It seems very, very weird, but it is what it is. And then finally, and probably the most important new feature that we have is the new VIP privilege Reconstruction Plan B. So again, for whatever reason, I cannot seem to unlock it. I've tried it on my phones. I've tried it on different phones. I've tried it on Play Store, like the Google Store, the Huawei Store. I've tried it on my iOS device. So for whatever reason, I just can't buy it. People in my state can, so it's not like a state thing. It should be unlocked for everybody who has, I guess, the Hopeness Lab. But yeah, in any case, it's 1.5 million VIP points. So I generally am just going to recommend buying it on like Monday or the gathering/VIP day. You'll get a ton of VIP points for that. Now, what it actually does is it allows you to have 2 different sets of skills for a single hero. So for my Scorpion, I have group resistance, toxic erosion, group tactical resistance, and regular resistance. So a pretty tanky build. And this is good if I wanted, if I want to be tanky, if I want to give resistance to other people. If Scorpion's in sort of a more glass cannon build with, let's say, Death Rider and Lust or something, I don't know, then I might want group might instead of all this resistance, right? But if Scorpion's with Canoness and Snowy, right, then I actually want resistance because those are tanky heroes. So that's kind of the point of having these multiple plans. And basically, if you have that VIP privilege unlocked, you can just slide it over and you'll have a brand new set. You'll start at 0 and you'll have a new set. So you basically just swipe over. You can keep this, so I'll keep whatever I have. I'll swipe over, I'll have a set 2 or plan B, I guess. Weird name, but yeah. And then I can go and get my 4 golds again or whatever I want. So it's really important for some heroes, and it kind of depending on the combos that you want. So, for example, Retrograder, who currently is not in the Hopeness Lab. He's a perfect example of kind of how you want to be using this plan B. So for Retrograder, he can go in multiple different lineups. One of the common lineups that we have for him at the moment is Tech Priestess. I mean, obviously that's not Tech Priestess. Hold on a second. This is Tech Priestess. It's Tech Priestess, Wrath, and Retrograder, right? It's very common. So my Wrath is actually my combat base. So I'm just going to put Panther as my Wrath. So this is a very, very common combination that we currently see. In this instance, what do you want on your Retrograder? Well, you just want the same thing on Retrograder. So you kind of just want tanky tanky abilities or the ability to have more heals or something like that. But you also have Tech Priestess who is going to heal Retro even more. So this advanced ability where you get healed more is very valuable in this combination, right? Does that make sense? So I'll show you guys the advanced ability that I'm actually talking about, and it's why I think my record is actually pretty cool. It'll be very easy for me, at least, or content creators rather, to kind of talk about these skills, which I think is great, so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So efficient treatment, right? Troops receive recovery effect of the hero squad plus 7%. So basically all it means is, this is blue. I've never gotten higher, but even at blue, let's just say gold is 15. I don't really know. You get healed 15% more. It might even be 30%. Who knows? So you get healed 15-30% more. You'll want that on a hero if you have other healers in your APC. So Tech Priestess, for example, or maybe let's say we have Snowy in this APC as well, right? And then Snowy's going to do a lot of heals. Tech Priestess is going to do a lot of heals, and even Retrograder is going to heal. So it'd be very beneficial to have efficient treatment. However, if your Retrograder goes in a combination that we see very, very frequently of Heaven's Redemption, Death Rider, and Retrograder, then you don't actually really want that healing ability, because this combination is, you don't really have too many healers. I mean, yes, Heaven's Redemption can heal, so I guess the easier way to showcase this would be organic Death Rider Retro, but it doesn't really matter. The point of the combination with Heaven's Death Rider Retro is not to be healing. So in a combination like this, you now don't want that efficient treatment. It's now it's not going to be the best combo that you can have, simply because you're not going to be getting healed as much. So you'd want something else like, I don't know, Potential Unleashed, or like whatever. I'm not really sure what else you'd want. That's not the point of the video yet. I will be coming out with kind of the best abilities on every single hero, but this should showcase the fact that there's not a one-size-fits-all for most of these heroes. For some of them there are, right? For like Death Rider, you basically just want damage all the time. Hooray. But it's not always going to be the case, and a lot of times there is not a one-size-fits-all, which is why I really like this Plan B, because you can then set up your heroes depending on the combos instead of simply the heroes, and I believe that's actually the way that the Hopeness Lab should be played. So, with all that said, basically that's what you should be using the Plan B as. Only really use it on these heroes, at least for now, right? Only really use it on the heroes that kind of do different things or need different things, I should say. So like my example of Retrograder, right? He fits in perfectly because he goes into different combinations. Or somebody like Snowy. So there's a lot of combos where Snowy is like Death Rider, Snowy, Scorpion, for example, right? That's a really, really good combo. For that combo, you might want to get extra damage, right? So you might want Group Might on your Snowy. In another combination of Snowy, you can do all fighters, so Tech Priestess, Snowy, Canoness. And in that case, you don't actually want any additional might, so hopefully you guys understand kind of what I'm talking about. Now, the last thing to be said about the Plan B, it's clearly an attempt to milk more cash, which, okay, it is what it is, I guess. But it basically means instead of having to get your 4 golds on one hero once, or on all the heroes once, you'll now need to get your 4 golds on all heroes twice. So enjoy that aspect of the game. And yeah, it basically just sets them up so that they can milk money off the Hopeness Lab for many moons to come. Which, again, is fine. You're not going to need it. It's going to be very scenario-based, I should say. And it's likely to give you that much additional benefit. What I will say is that looking at these, a lot of people don't really know what they should be getting. And that's obviously of no fault to them. There isn't really a resource currently about like, oh, what should I get on my Death Rider, right? Like I can say immediately, don't get this on your Death Rider. Don't get this on your Death Rider. Get this on your Death Rider. Don't get this on your Death Rider. Right? So, like, I can say that, but for the most part, people aren't really sure of what to be getting on your heroes. So, soon, eventually, I will be publishing some resources for kind of the best skills to be getting, or at least the skills that you should consider getting. Again, there is a lot of combos matter significantly when you're talking about these heroes, but you can still sort of, make it right. Like, for example, greed on Glutton, absolutely no point of having greed on Glutton. So this should be changed to some other skill. Like, literally a blue skill that would be useful would be more useful than this golden greed. So the last point that is unreleased or like unannounced or whatever is this Reconstruction ability leaderboard. So this is just an overall leaderboard of kind of the overall points. So 189,400. Mr. Diesel cleaning, it has the top rank, and then it goes down. My ranking is 84 with 117,000. This 100% is not updated in real time. I don't know when it's updated, probably along with the other rankings, because I got like 10,000. No, I probably got like 30,000 more just from putting, crappy skills on these like heroes that I don't even use, just to see. So it doesn't update all the time, and it's almost entirely useless, to be honest. Like I said, you can get 10,000, but it can be completely crap, and you'll be better on the leaderboard than somebody who has good skills that might be purple, or like 2 golds and 2 purples. The player with the goods, two golds and good purples, their Death Rider or their Heaven's Redemption or whatever is going to be stronger than a player with 4 bad skills. So that's about it, guys. Boom. NC40G just became a member. Great timing, NC40G. Appreciate the support. Wasn't supposed to happen, but there you go. All right, guys, so that's about it with the particular lab, or the Hopeness lab. Enjoy. Peace.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up